Good evening, all. So, welcome back to the session 3 of day 3. So, in this session, we are going to cover the topic on experiment in big data gathering from solar PV grid. It is going to be handled by Professor Rahul and Professor Dinesh and Professor Balaji from Knowledge Institute of Technology, Department of Electrical Electronics Engineering. To give the introduction of the chief resource person, I invite Dr. S. Rekha Madam, Assistant Professor from Knowledge Institute of Technology. Madam, over to you, Madam.
Welcome you all for the session 3. The truth is that the teamwork is the heart of all achievements. To make it true, we have a team of 3 resource persons. I'm very happy to introduce them. First resource person, Mr. D. Rahul ME. He is an assistant professor in Department of EEE Knowledge Institute of Technology. He completed his ME in Power System Engineering in College of Engineering, Guindy, Anna University. BEE in VLB Janaki Ammal College of Engineering and Technology. He has a teaching experience of about 8 years and 6 months in esteemed institutions. He attended many FDPs and conferences and he received the Best Paper Award for the paper titled Primary and Optimal Tracking of Voltage Control for Wind Farm in the National Conference on Emerging Technologies in Electrical Engineering in 2012. He had built 10 UG projects and published 6 journals and established the Renewable Energy Lab in Knowledge Institute of Technology. Our second resource person, Mr. B. Dinesh ME, Assistant Professor, Department of Trimble, Knowledge Institute of Technology. He completed his ME in Power System in PBT College of Engineering and Technology, Pune, and BEE in KSR College of Engineering. He has an industrial experience of about 2 years in Arthurs Enterprises Private Limited, Pune, as an electrical design engineer, and he has a teaching experience of 9 years, 6 months in esteemed institutions. He attended many conferences, FDPs, and received first prize in the National Conference on Renewable Energy Commercialization and Energy Conservation at PPT College of Engineering and Technology, Pune. And our third resource person, Mr. P. Balaji, ME, Assistant Professor, Department of EEE, Knowledge Institute of Technology. He completed his ME in Power Electronics and Derives, BE EEE in Power Engineering College, Namakkal. He has 2 years of industrial experience and teaching experience of about 8 years in various esteemed institutions. He handled 13 UG projects and has 14 publications in various journals and conferences. He has filed a patent titled Throttle Lock Assembly for controlling speed of a motor vehicle. He has attended about 10 FDPs and guided projects which won second place in ICT Act Student Innovator Award in 2015. He published 2 books titled Modeling of Solar Cell Using Odd-Size Quantum Dots and Design of Flyback Inverter for Solar Energy Conversion. Once again, I welcome you all, sir. Thank you, sir. Now the session is handed over to Rajsekhar, sir.
Thank you, Madam. I now invite Professor Rahul, Dinesh, and Balaji to take over the session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam.
Yes, sir.
Is it audible, sir?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Wait, sir, I will share the screen. Sir, presenter, you can allow the presenter to share.
Yes, the ID from the Rahul only is going to be presenter, no, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir, given, sir. You can share now, sir.
Okay. Okay, very good afternoon to everyone gathering here. Okay, today we are going to see about the virtual online lab demonstration for renewable energy systems. Okay, we know that. Okay, for big data analytics, we need to gather the data. For example, if you going to design software for any systems operation means you need to gather the data. So for that, you can gather the data by using the prototype model. Okay, in our lab, we already installed the prototype model. So we'll go one by one. Okay. So today program concept is we need to how to gather the data from the solar PV grid. Okay, we already designed the solar PV grid, 1 kilowatt solar PV grid in our lab. So we are going to see how to gather the data, how to gather the different data at a different operating characteristics at a different point. We can use that input for data analytics. So that is the today agenda. Okay. Okay, now that is recently we can installed recently. Okay, in our lab we are installed that is a one solar PV 1 kilowatt system that is both on grid and off grid. Off grid work is completed. Now the on grid working is going on. So we need to consult with government for connecting the net energy metering. So that is working is going on. So now we can complete up to the on grid, off grid, and then on grid working is going on. So we already conducted the experiment and take the VI characteristics and the efficiency from the 1 kilowatt prototype model. And then also we can use the PV emulator. If sometimes there is no solar sunlight is not available, irradiation is not available means we can go for PV emulator model. So PV emulator, by using the PV emulator, it acts like a virtual solar panel. From that we can able to generate the solar energy. So that is that thing also we can going to see. So one, we have the physical solar panel. If there is no option for physical solar panel means we can go for the virtual solar panel. So both the facilities are available here in this lab. Okay, first we can see the how to gather the data from the 1 kilowatt peak PV solar panel. Here the peak means okay, this is we already installed the rating of the installation is nearly 1.5 kilowatt, but we can get power only 1 kilowatt. So it is depends upon the efficiency of the panel. So that's why we designed the training system only for 1 kilowatt PV system. But we installed nearly 1.625 kilowatt panel, but we have training system only for 1 kilowatt PV training systems. So we will see how to gather the data. First, we can conduct different experiments from the 1 kilowatt solar PV systems, and then we can gather the data. So that data we can use for analytics purpose, for load forecasting or different purpose. We can use it. We go for hybrid system also. In our lab, we have also 200 watt PMA, permanent magnet synchronous wind generator. Also we have it, and also we have able to create a hybrid power system also. So we can see the how we can take the data from the solar PV systems. After that, we will see how to gather the data from the micro wind generator. After that, we can see how to gather the data from the hybrid system. We are going to hybrid the solar panel and wind system. So both the things we will see. Okay, this is the overall training systems. Okay, we have installed in our lab. This is the overall training systems. Just you can see here. So at the top corner, we have the PV system. Totally in our lab, we have installed 1.6 kilowatt panel. So it is consist of 4 modules. Each modules will have the ratings nearly 280 watts. So totally we have the 4 modules. It depends upon the requirement. We can connect in series or parallel. So that facility is also available. So in our lab, we have used 4 modules. So you can connect whether in series or parallel. So that is the SPV input. Okay, SPV input means we can, this is the input section. Okay, we will see detail in online demonstration. This is the overall model. And then you have in the same training module, we have the facility for both on grid and off grid. If you need to connect to the grid, for example, if we have the lab, we have able to generate the power and we can use in the lab itself. If we want to connect the excess power to the grid, means we can connect through on grid inverter. So that is the options also we have that. So and then we have used the distribution box because we need the protection. Inverter is very sensitive device. We need to protect it from solar PV to the grid. So we have the distribution box, that is DC
Today only
and AC distribution.
motor
That is, we have the distribution
Yes,
box
sir.
between the
Continue, sir.
and inverter, and then also we have the AC distribution box. It is nothing but it is a protective device between the inverter and the load. So we can use the lamp load or potentiometer, or we can use 1 kilowatt load. Okay, we use in the MIST lab also. That load also we can able to use it. Okay, this is a very prototype model. It is not a big model. By using this panel, we are able to give the power to at least one lab itself. For example, we created the Renewable lab. For this lab, we can able to take the power and we can use it. We don't depend on the government or grid power. So we can able to use it. We have the battery backup. Nearly 48 ampere hours. We have the battery backup. We can able to use in the lab itself. So we have that backup also. So this is the things. We are going to, and also we have the power analyzer for analyzing the AC power. We have the power analyzer. By using the power analyzer, we can able to measure the voltage, current, and what is the power we are supplying to the grid, what is the power we are taking from the grid, and how the waveform, what is the harmonic distortion. Okay, everything we can able to gather the data from the power analyzer itself. So in this module, we have the complete setup. We can able to gather the data, DC data as well as AC data. So we can use for further analysis, for a data analytics purpose, or we can use for anything. Okay, for writing the programming, okay, controllers like that. We can use any purpose. This is a complete setup we are used in our lab. Okay, this is the module ratings. Okay, this is we have totally in our lab we have the 4 modules. So here it is the ratings for one module. Here that is it is a model, and then we have, and then open circuit voltage we have 38.39 volts. So it is designed for 40 volts, but we can after voltage drop we can receive maximum voltage 38.39 volts. And then we have the short circuit current of 9.51 ampere. Okay, the rating will be 10 ampere. Okay, that is short circuit current is 9.51 ampere. And then from maximum power, by using maximum power tracking concept, we can able to get the voltage and current has 30.88 volt and 9.01 ampere. So maximum power we can use from the module will be 278.49 watts we can take it. So it is normally designed for 280 watts, but we can maximum voltage and current we can get it will be 278.49 watt. This depends upon lot of factors, geographical factors. So we can receive the proper standard radiations, like we need to maintain the temperature at 25 degrees Celsius. Now everything we need to take into consideration. So maximum power we can generate from this module will be 278.49 watts we can take it. That is our standard temperature will be 25 degrees Celsius. And also we have maximum insulation will be 1000 watts per meter square. So insulation is also, it is a variable one, because we cannot control the environmental factors. Okay, the environmental factors continue to, okay, it is keep on varying one, but we can need to design the controller. Depends upon our requirement, our grid, or depends upon our load demand. So we can able to design the controller. For that we are gathering different data. We can gather the data. By using that data, we can do anything. This is the objective of our lab, Renewable Energy Lab. So we have also different experiments for our students. So the students will gather the data, and we get that data they will use for various research purpose and the project purpose. So first we will see how to get the data. That is, we need to get the data VI characteristics, that is with and without shadowing effect. We know that if there is no shadow in the PV panel, we can get maximum voltage and current. If there is shadow will occur, means the some modules will be short circuit by using bypass diode. Okay, then the voltage will drop and also current will drop, because the irradiation areas will also start to decrease. So automatically the current will start to decrease. And in the same way, we are removing one module by bypassing through the diode. So that's okay. Through that, okay, normally we can get different voltage and different current and different power. So we can indirectly we can get different voltage and current characteristics, different power voltage characteristics. So we will see how to get this data, how to gather the data through online, through virtual demonstration, and then from the data we can able to calculate the panel efficiency. Okay, if we do experiment for only one module, okay, by using that data, it will be same for other modules. So we don't need to conduct experiment for all the 4 modules. We can conduct experiment only for one module. We can get the data like the VI characteristics, PV characteristics, and efficiency. We can use that data for other modules also. Okay, this is the thing. After that, we can get inverter efficiency and a total system efficiency. Okay, there is a system efficiency is nothing but it is a multiplication of inverter efficiency and solar panel efficiency. So we can calculate individual efficiency, how the solar panel, how efficient the solar panel is, how efficient the inverter is, how the whole system efficient is. So this data is very much useful for our research purpose. Okay, this is how we already took the data. Just I'm going for a just I'm showing it as an example. We'll see how to get the data. So it is a normal things. Okay, we need to connect the solar panel to some MCB. We need the protection, and then we can directly connect to the load through voltmeter and ammeter. We can apply different resistive load, and we can take the voltage and current value, and then we can calculate the power value, because it is we know that from the solar panel we can get only DC power. So automatically there is no power, there is no role for power factor here. So power, that is power equal to voltage and current. Okay, this is the things we normally we try to get. We already conducted the experiment for only one module. I told that the maximum voltage we can receive from the one module will be the range of 30 to 35 volts. So first time, okay, in open circuit conditions, we received nearly 35 volts. After loading one by one, the voltage somewhat will decrease, then current will increase. So from that, we can get the max, we can able to track the maximum point also. For example, here, we can apply, we can load the panel up to 7.3 ampere, means at that point, we can get the maximum power. Okay, based on that, we can design the programming, we can design the maximum power point tracking concept. So this is by conducting experiment, we can able to find the at which point we can get the maximum power. So this data is very useful for designing some controllers, or we can use for any research purpose like that. This is the normally the VI and the PV characteristics of PV systems. You can take any PV system, whether you can take one module or 4 modules or 10 modules. Okay, for all the modules we have graph only we have like that. You can see here initially the voltage it will be in the range of the open circuit voltage is in the range of near to 40 volts. Okay, once we can start the load, once we can start the loading the solar panel, the voltage will start to increase. That is voltage. Once we can start to loading, the voltage will start to decrease and currents will start to increase. At one point, we can get the maximum power. That is the maximum power point. Okay, we need to fix this point. We need to design the controller we need to design the controller. The panel should work at that point. Then only we can get the maximum efficiency from the solar panel. So this is the thing. This is the point we need to. Okay, why we conduct experiments like this means we want to use any equipments at maximum efficiency point. That's why we can gather the data. And also we can, because we know that it is a grid, we cannot able to store the power in the, okay, by using the battery, very huge power. So based on that, we can forecast the load. Okay, so sometimes, okay, maximum power is available from the solar panels. So solar power means we can use that power for our purpose, for a commercial purpose or like that. After that, one if there is no power from the solar panel during night time, like that means we can take the power from the grid. So if we gather the data, okay, at which day, at which time we can get the maximum power, like that we can gather the data and we can use it for our purpose. So this is the VI and the PV characteristics of the PV systems. So once we can start before loading the solar panel, it shows it has the voltage near to open circuit voltage. After loading, the current will start to increase, but the voltage voltage will start to decrease. Okay, from that we can able to find the maximum power point concept. Okay, if there is, okay, we have also the shadowing effect also there. Okay, we can conduct the experiment for also shadowing effect also. If we go, okay, if we create some shadow for one module, that module will be short circuited. Because if we use diode for each cell means it is very difficult, because the cost wise it is not good. So normally they will use bypass diode for each module. If any shadow will occur in any part of the module means, okay, that module will be short circuited through the diode. Okay, like that we have the facility also. Okay, if, we have the facility. Okay, how we can, we'll see in virtual mode. Okay, this is the characteristics due to shadow effect. Okay, normal output means we can get this like this. Okay, in the light color. But if shadow occurs means we can get the different maximum points. So for that, what we do means we can use the bypass diode, and we can remove that module. Because if we get the graph like that means, okay, we cannot able to design the, we face a lot of difficulties while designing the controller. So what we do, if shadowing occur in any module means that module will be short circuited, the other two modules will work. So based on that, we are designed here. Okay, this is I already said that it is normally data what we installed in our lab. Okay, this is the data for the one module. Okay, that is open circuit voltage, short circuit current. This is the by using this data only we can, okay, manufacturer itself they will provide data. So by using this data we can able to calculate the efficiency and other things. So that is open circuit voltage and the short circuit current. What is the maximum voltage we can get from this module? Okay, like that they will, okay, during designing itself they will fix these values. Based on that, we only designing the panels. So this is things normally series resistance, shunt resistance. I don't want to go deeply in the theory part. We can directly go to the online mode, virtual online mode, how to conduct the experiment like that. So if you can refer the circuit diagram of the PV cell means, we can come to know those things. Okay, if you refer the circuit diagram of the PV panel means, okay, it has the series resistance, shunt resistance, how to, where we can get the at which point we can get the maximum voltage and short circuit current and other things we can get it. Okay, we can go to the experiment. Wait, okay, not 2 minutes. Sagar sir. Any clarifications from?
Sir, dear participants, if you have any doubt regarding the introduction, you can ask to the resource person, or you can post in the chat box. Sir, Rahul sir, you can continue, sir. I think no queries as of now. You can continue, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, Balaji sir. Okay, I can hand over the section to Balaji sir.
Yeah, thank you, Rahul sir. Good afternoon, participants. And as Rahul sir have mentioned, the Renewable Energy Lab is equipped with 1 kV of solar panel, which is installed on the rooftop, and you see installed in the rooftop. 4 modules, each modules of about 280 watts each, and these panels are utilized for real-time data gathering throughout the year. At all weather conditions, the data can be accumulated in the lab facilities below. For manual experimentation regarding shadowing effect or environmental factors, additional facilities are available. But for real-time data, these panels can be utilized. And as Rahul sir have mentioned earlier, these panels are of these panels are of these panels are of 280 watts each with open circuit voltage of 38, and so 4 panels cumulatively we get about 1.2 kilowatts. Raghu, over to Rahul sir.
Thank you, sir. Okay, we can go for the next training model demonstration. Wait for 1 minute. We can need to set up for the online demonstrations. Please, we can wait. We can wait for 1 or 2 minutes.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. We will wait.
Sir, am I audible? Radhishekar sir.
Yes, sir. Audible.
Okay. Okay, let's continue the lab demonstration. Okay, already the Balan sir has explained how we can install the PV panel in the terraces.
Sir, your voice is not audible, sir.
We can take the power from that panel. Okay, we can take the power from the panel.
Sir, Dinesh sir. Hello. Kindly have the speaker near to him, sir.
Here we have the four inputs. That is this is from the module 1. That is a positive negative. This is from module 1. This is from module 2, positive negative, because the power that is we get from the solar panel is DC. So we have only the positive negative. Okay, positive negative. This is the module 1. This is the module 2. This is the module 3. This is the module 4. Here we are going to conduct the experiment only for the module 1. Because if we calculate the data from the module 1, we can use for other modules also. Otherwise, you can convert by using mathematical operation. You can calculate the for whole modules for taking the whole power setup. So, okay, first I can take only one module. From the this is the module 1, this is module 2, this is module 3, this is module 4. From the module 1, I connect to the MCB because we need the protection. Because we are connecting the load, maybe there is a different reasons will be there. Okay, so that's why we can the for load section, back section, we always use the MCB between the solar panels and the load section. So first, we can take the input from the positive negative to the MCB input. Then we can take output from the MCB, from the positive of the MCB to the battery. First, we can check what is the voltage that comes from the solar. here you can check it. Here you can check it. The voltage normally we can receive is in the range of 30 to 50 voltage, because I already told that our voltage is 38.39 volts. Voltage we can receive is 30.88. So we can receive more than 30 volt. So not this but we cannot receive because it is can connect from the positive of the series and parallel connection. Okay, after then we can
Sir,
take
there is
from the negative of the
Rahul
to
sir,
directly to the node.
Rahul sir and Dinesh
Here
sir.
we are not connecting battery section or
hello?
the other things, grid section.
Sir, once again.
First we can see the experiment how to gather the. First we can conduct the experiment how to gather the characteristics.
Rathagan, video let me check the video.
Find out the maximum power.
The video is coming good in the mobile, sir. When it comes to the laptop, there is a problem, sir.
Okay.
And I think they are taking in the open speaker, sir. So only the voice is also low.
Okay.
Sir, Dinesh sir, whether there is any Bluetooth headset available? Dinesh sir?
No, sir.
Okay, sir. The video can be streamed from one mobile, sir, and the voice can be streamed from another mobile, sir. Can be taken with Rahul sir, so then the voice will be clear here.
Not sir, is the video clear?
Video is now clear, sir. Audio is very low, sir. Audio can be streamed from one mobile and video can be streamed from one mobile, sir. That audio mobile kindly give to Rahul sir, in order to have a better audio quality.
Okay, okay.
Okay, sir. That is we gave the connections. Okay, from the source to the load. Okay, here I can take only from the one module. We already checked the voltage. Voltage we can get nearly 30 to 40 volts. It is also depends upon the insulation. We cannot say the voltage is also should be constant. Like that we cannot say it. It is also depends upon insulation. But the current value is majorly depends upon the insulation. Okay, the voltage will be some drop will be caused the table, other things will be like that. So normally the voltage, maximum voltage we can get it. For example, here the maximum voltage as per the manufacturer specification, the maximum voltage is 30.88 voltage. We can get more than 30 voltage. So that is the panel is in good condition. Then we can connect to the ammeters. Okay, well, from the voltmeters, we are connected to the ammeter for measuring the current. After that, we can connect to the resistive load. Resistive load here. Resistive load here. Okay, either we can use the rheostat, variable rheostat, or we have also the resistance box. Okay, we can able to vary the resistance 1 ohms or 2 ohms depends upon the our need. We can fix it. So it is also depends upon. Okay, either we can use Okay, either we can use the variable rheostat or we have also used the resistive box.
So we can able to vary the resistance and then we can note down the voltage and current value. It is a very simple experiments.
Okay, now we gave the connections are given. So it is very simple connections. Just we can take
We can take the connection from the source and then we can connect to the voltmeter and ammeter for determining the voltage and current value. Then we can directly connect to the resistive load. Okay, here I can, for this experiment, I simply using rheostat or resistance box. Okay, we can, this depends upon the power ratings of the solar panels. Just I can take only one module, so I can use one resistance box or rheostat. So here now the climatic condition is not good, so the current value is will be very low. So we can use the multimeter for measuring the current. Okay, here you can check it. The current will be in the range of 4.7 ampere because here I am reducing the resistance. The current value is, because I am using the variable rheostat. Now I am using only minute resistance. The current that we receive is in the range of 4.2 ampere. But if we increase the resistance, the current will start to decrease. Because by using the rheostat, I am limiting the current. If we add more resistance, the current will be limited from the solar panel. If we increase the resistance in the rheostat, automatically the current will be reduced. If we decrease the resistance in the rheostat, the current will start to increase. So by using this also, we can take the readings. Okay, by using these readings, you can draw the VI characteristics and the PV characteristics of the solar panel, as well as you can able to calculate the efficiency of the panel. Sir, from participant side, have you have any doubt here? Any doubt? Okay, from this experiment, we already completed one experiment. Okay, from this part, you have any doubt? An experimental point of view. Rajshekhar, sir.
Sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Dear participants, if you have any doubts, you can ask them. Sir, I think you can explain the setup once again, sir. Because starting the video was not clear. I think the outline setup you can explain once again, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Rajshekhar, sir, can I start?
Yes, sir, you can start, sir.
Okay, before starting the experiment on on-grid inverter, we'll see the overall view. Here, source section. Okay, now in our lab we are using 4 modules. So here it is the module 1 output. This is the module 2 output. This is module 3 output. 3 is all we receive from the solar panel. So depends upon our requirement, we can connect in series or parallel. Okay, if you want to increase the voltage means you can connect in series. If you want to increase the current means you can do anything. Okay, it is depends upon series, simple series and parallel connection. This is the input section. This is a complete input section. In this input, it is normally we receive DC power. So for that we have the voltmeter and ammeter for measuring the voltage and current simultaneously. This is the input section, complete input section. Okay, this module has the setup for both on-grid power supply as well as off-grid power supply. For on-grid power supply, that is the next experiment we will see. For on-grid power supply, we have the on-grid inverter. Okay, for on-grid inverter, we need the AC power for synchronizing solar power and grid power. For that, we have the grid power. We can take the grid power from here. By using this distribution box, we can able to synchronize both the power. So this is the input section. This is the on-grid inverter section. This is off-grid inverter section. In off-grid inverter section, we need the battery backup. So for that, we have the charge controller and also we have the battery, 24 volts battery. So this is we know that in off-grid inverter, we have no option to connect to the grid. So during night time, we need power. So for that, we have the battery backup. So whenever in morning time, we can use the power that comes from the solar panel. We have the excess power. We can able to store battery. We can use during night time. So for that, we have the battery backup. So in our lab, we have the 84 ampere hour battery, 84 ampere hour battery capacity. It is a 24 volts. We can either use 12 volts or 4 volts. It is depends upon series connection. Okay, we have 2 battery. Each battery rating is 12 volts. Power rating for so we can series also. This is a load AC. Okay, we can check whether the power we can receive from the solar panel directly, or by using the inverter, we can convert that power to the AC power. We can use for AC lamp. Otherwise, you can connect the loads here. Okay, that is resistive resistance, or you can take any for fans. Okay, you can use any equipment normally we are using the home. So for that, we have the resistive load backup also. Complete training module setup. Okay, panel normally that is installed in the terrace. So from that, by using that cable, we can take the power. Normally we can use the DC cables. Okay, we can, by using the DC cable, we can take the power from the solar panels. This is the, by using this module, I can able to take all the data. I can able, that is, it is very, normally it is only 1 kilowatt per training module. Okay, 1 kilowatt can use for experimental purpose or research purpose. So we can able to gather all the data, how much power we are receiving from the solar panel, what is the input power we are giving to the inverter, what is the output power we are receiving from the inverter, and also what is the, if it is on grid inverter, means the power that is supplied to the load comes from both solar panel and grid. So we can know how much power we are exporting to the grid, how much power we are importing from the grid. Like that we can able to gather all the data. So this training module is designed only for research purpose and the students purpose. So we can able to gather the data and we can bring the research to the next level. So that purpose we are in this training in our lab. So okay, thank you. We can go to the next experiment. Okay, we already completed one experiment. That is how to get the VI and PV characteristics and the efficiency of the solar panel. Now we can go, we'll see how to connect the solar panel with grid, and then that power is connected to the load section. So how we can interconnect all the three things, that is PV panel, grid and load section. So both the three things we are interconnecting it and we can do the experiments. Okay, let's we go to the lab section.
In the chat box, sir. Hello, Rahul sir, can you hear me?
Tell me, sir.
Yes, sir. One question in the chat box, sir.
Okay.
Whether the output is saved in the battery or you have connected directly to the applications, these appliances.
So this is okay for getting the VI and PV characteristics. We don't have any setups. We have only voltmeter and ammeter. From that, I can able to gather the data physically. That is, we can able to gather the data. Only we can take the data. That is solar panel output. Okay, what is the voltage and the current we are receiving from the solar panel? By using this voltage and ammeter value, we can able to calculate the other data, power data. Okay, efficiency, other things we can do it. This is the, I showed only one experiment how to gather the voltage and the current value. By using that we can able to draw the characteristics. So here I can, even though I connected directly, the source is directly connected to the load. In between that I can use voltmeter and ammeter, or if necessary you can use also multimeter for measuring the voltage and the current.
Is there the output from the solar, whether you are storing in the battery or directly you are going to use to the appliances, he is asking, sir. The experimental purpose, we have connected the meters, but in the real life applications, we can store in the battery, and I think we can also directly use in the appliances. Am I right, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, further also we can see one more experiment, sir. That is how to store
Yes,
the battery, how to take that power from the battery and again to the load. Like that we can see the third experiment.
Okay, sir. Okay. Continue, sir.
Okay, participants, we can, okay, professors, we can go to the next experiment. Okay, that is in this experiment, solar panel with a grid. Okay, this is the on-grid inverter. This is the PV inverter. Okay, we are not normally we are using. It is a rating will be 1 kVA PV inverter. The power factor is 0.9, 0.9 lagging power factor. This is it has. So here in this case I can take power from the all the 4 panels. Okay, in previous case I take the power only from the PV only one panel, but in this case I am going to connect the whole power to the grid. So for that, what can I do? Okay, I am going to series the all the 4 panels. Here from the panel 1, I from the negative of the panel 1, I connect it to the positive of the panel 2. Next, I connect the negative of the panel 2 to the positive of the panel 3. Just I am going to series all the things. Just I am adding the voltage. The current will be same. So we can get the maximum voltage rating. So here I can made all the 4 modules in series. You can see here. This is from module 1 to module 2. This is module 2 to module 3. This is module 3 to module 4. So now I can take the input from these things, and I connect to the MCB for production purpose. And then I can take output from the MCB to the voltmeter. If you need to check the data, you can use the voltmeter. If it is not necessary, we don't use it. But now I am using here. Now you can check here. The voltage goes to 150 volt. 185.
Sir, your voice is breaking, sir.
We are
Sir,
connecting
1 minute, sir.
all the 4 modules in series. Here you can, because here using the voltage rating 30 to 35 volts. Here I can connect all the 4 and take the voltage increase from 83 to 135 voltage. Because we are using 4 modules in series, so voltage is adding up. After that, I can take the input to the on-grid inverter. Okay, here I give this input from the solar panel to the distribution box. Now, okay, it is a simple productive device between the solar panel and inverter. This I am giving input to the production box, and then I again take output from the production box, and then I give the input to the PV inverter, that is the on-grid inverter. Okay, now I can take the output from the inverter section to the AC production box. Now we can switch on the, now we can check whether we can receive the power from the solar panel properly. Okay, here we can receive the power from the solar panel. Okay, it shows, okay, it shows also there is no AC connection. Okay, still now the grid is not connected. So it shows that there is no AC connection. Okay, it is receives only power from the solar panel. So that's why it shows that, okay, this much of energy I am supplying, and also there is no AC connection like that. So how much voltage it is receiving from the panel, and the frequency is 50 Hertz because it is a DC power. So this it takes the power only for loss purpose. Okay, still now it is not connected to the grid. One of the main advantage of this inverter is if there is no power from the grid, this inverter is not supplying the power from the PV panel, because some maintenance work is going on the grid means they will switch off the grid. But if the power is the inverter will supply the power from the panel means there is a possible for accident. So what this inverter will do means if it will check first, it will check whether the power is connected in the AC grid or not. If the power is connected, then only it will start to supply the power from the solar panel. Otherwise, it doesn't supply the power. It acts as an open circuit. So, okay, now it can connect the. Okay, here we have the grid. Still, now I am not switched on because we have the. Okay, there is switch controller. We have it. If we switch on it, then only the power will come here. I have only the. Okay, I give the connections. Okay, for the experimentation for on-grid inverter. Okay, simply here I take the that is grid supply from this point to the it is a synchronization part. Okay, the power that is AC power that comes from the solar panel. Okay, after the inverter. Okay, here we can give the connection, and also we can grid power also here connected. So everything synchronization it takes place here, because the voltage will be same. Okay, this inverter will gives the 230 voltage as the output. So here the synchronization takes place. Okay, after that we are giving the power analyzer. Okay, here it is the power analyzer. Okay, by using this power analyzer, we can able to know how much power we are exporting to the grid and how much power we are importing from the grid. So like for that we are using the it is a multifunction meter. So we can take all the data, how much energy, how much power we are exporting, importing, and waveforms, all the things. It is act as a multifunction meter. Okay, we can able to gather all the data. So here, that is a DC section voltage, DC current we can gather here, and AC section part we can gather here. Okay, here I switched on the solar panel. So the power, okay, that is from power from the solar panel. It goes to the input to the inverter. The inverter is converts from the solar panel to the 230 voltage AC output, and then it is synchronization takes place here. Okay, so here the power we normally receive from the grid here, and AC power that comes from the solar panel. Here the synchronization takes place, and then we can supply to the load. Okay, in between that we are connecting the multifunction meter for measuring the voltage, current, and power, everything. Here you can check the main menu. We can able to check if you want to check the voltage, you can check the line to neutral voltage, phase voltage, and waveform, everything. Okay, you can see here waveforms. Okay, here you can know the frequency 50 hertz and voltage will be 236.2 voltage. It is after the synchronization. After the synchronization of grid power and solar panel power. Okay, you can, without using the CRO, we can able to collect all the data. Even we need to set up, okay, in different format also. Okay, we have the settings option. We can, depends upon our requirement, we can need to set up the multifunction meter. So the current, we can able to current the total harmonic destruction. Load is not switched on, so the current, it shows the current is 0. Okay, the power we can able to see the apparent power, reactive power, active power, because okay, it is a DC power. If we connect any inductive load, means that is a reactive power. It is normally taken from the grid. It is also, we can able to calculate how much reactive power it is taking from the grid, like that. Okay, we have the energy setups like active energy import, active energy export, reactive import, because we can react. Okay, the solar panel doesn't supply the reactive power. We only import the reactive power. So that's why we have only one option, that is reactive power import. So active power import or export, we can do it. So this is the load. Here I can use simply only AC load, AC lamp. So if we connect any resistive load, means we can able to see the variation. Okay, this is the on-grid, complete on-grid inverter. Okay, here you can able to collect the data after the synchronization, power synchronization. Here you can see the how much power, how much PV power is converting into the AC power. Like that, we can able to see all the data here. And also we have the IoT option also there. We can able to connect with the system, and also we can okay, we can able to get the data. Okay, here the IoT option is also there. Okay, now we are start to connect the IoT concept here. You can able to we can able to check the data at any place. Okay, how much power it is converting, like that. You can able to check the data remotely. Okay, there is IoT options also there. That is data logger and IoT options is there. And also here you can check it. That is you can use the RS485 for getting the data. So you don't need to check the data, everything in the training module. Once you can connect with the computer, you can be able to get the data. Okay, you can able to set up like that. Okay, within 1 minute, how much data is changing, like that. You can able to get all the data. So by using this data, we can do the further research, or we can do any purpose. Okay, thank you. Okay, this is the, normally I can skip to the one experiment, that is a off-grid inverter. Okay, we have another one setup that is called as a wind generator. Okay, let's see the wind generator module. Rajashekhar sir. So is it audible? Rajashekhar sir.
Sir, not yet for me, sir.
Is it audible, sir, now?
It's audible, sir, but nothing is visible, sir. Video is not visible, sir.
We switched off the video, sir. Any doubt from the participants, sir? We completed one experiment, that is off-grid inverter.
Whether it is completed, sir, everything is completed, or
No, sir, we have another one experiment. That is in wind generator, we have another one experiment. Okay, from
yes, sir, there are.
on-grid
Yes, sir, you
inverter
can
side-
complete that, sir. Yes, sir, you can complete that because time is already 4:05, sir. You can complete that. Okay.
Okay, okay, sir, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the next experiment. Here we are using the permanent map.
Sir, your voice is low, sir.
Kind of stuff.
Rahul, sir, your voice is low, sir.
Okay. This is the next experiment. We are what is it? Audio. This is the next experiment. This is the next. This is the next. Here is next experiment. The same way for the PV solar module, we have the training module for the wind generator. It's a 177 watts permanent magnet synchronous wind generator. Okay, here for a wind purpose, we are using the induction motor, 3 HP induction motor. By using the induction motor, we are generating the wind energy. Okay, this generator will generate the power depends upon the wind energy. Okay, we can able to control the wind energy. Okay, but through the induction motor, we are using also 3-phase transformer. That is 3-phase transformer for controlling the speed of the induction generator. If you control the speed of the induction generator, automatically the blowing speed will control. We can able to control. So that we can able to control the power generation from the generator. This is the one set of the solar model setup. This is the wind generator model setup. Okay, by using these two training setup, we can able to hybrid the power generation. Okay, this is also options we have. So we can able to conduct the experiment in PV system and also wind. Okay, by using the wind energy, we have the wind generator and also we have the hybrid concept. Hybrid concept also we have it. Okay, here. Okay, this is the input. This is the input normally we can issue from the permanent magnet synchronous generator. This is okay, we are using 3-phase permanent magnet synchronous generator. This is 2 voltage. That is we can use the rectifier limiter. We can able to connect to the grid. PMSH permanent magnet synchronous. Okay, this is the input that comes from the wind generator. Here this is a module we have.
Rahul sir, your voice is low, sir.
Okay, here you can check here. You can able to control the power. The rated speed of the generator is 14 meters per second. Okay, now we can do only 7.7. We can able to increase the speed from the induction motor. We can able to set up the wind speed. That is from 12 meters per second. Okay, like that we can able to set up. So by using anemometer, we can able to check the wind speed. The same way, by using a digital tachometer, we can able to measure the PMSS wind speed also. By using digital tachometer. By using anemometer, we can measure the wind speed. We can if we need, we can decrease the wind speed. If we need, we can decrease the wind speed.
Okay, this is the complete setup. I can show how to measure the wind speed and how to measure the rotor speed. Okay, by using the anemometers, we can able to measure the wind speed. That is comes from the blower. Okay, with the help of induction motor, we are okay. From the induction motor, the blower is connecting. The induction motor is run. Okay, it is run means the blower will start to rotate. Okay, from that we can able to create the artificial wind speed. So we can also we can able to by using digital tachometer we can able to measure the rotor speed. Otherwise we can measure the all the details also here also we can able to see here. That is power analyzer, because this is the AC output. We are giving this input to the power analyzer, this output to the power analyzer. We can get all the data. Okay, that is comes from the wind generator module. That is power. That is it is a three-phase system, so we can be able to measure all power, voltage and current in all the three phases, and also power. We will see how it will be. Okay, here the normally R, Y, D phase, this comes from the permanent magnet synchronous wind generator. Okay, after that I give to the power analyzer, because it is an AC output. By using power analyzer, it is a multifunction meter. We can get all the data, and then I give to the rectifier, because I need to convert the AC power to DC power. All the wind powers. Okay, first we need to convert the wind power to the DC power, and then we can store in the battery. Then again by using the inverter we can convert to the AC power. Then only we can use for load purpose. Okay, if you need to find the characteristics and efficiency means you can conduct the experiment here. Okay, power analyzer itself. But if you want to use for the AC load or DC load, first we can convert the AC power to DC power. Then I give to the battery backup, and then only I can use for DC lamp and AC, because it doesn't give the constant voltage. Okay, like the solar panel, we cannot receive constant voltage. So we cannot use directly for the load or directly for the any load. So first we convert the AC power to DC power. Then I can connect to the battery. From the battery only I can able to use for load purpose. Okay, here you can see here the voltage is keep on rising. Okay, if I can increase the speed of the generator, the voltage will start to increase, but the voltage is not constant here. It is always moving up and down. You cannot receive constant voltage from the wind generator. That's why I can use the battery. To decrease the speed means automatically the voltage is going down. If we increase the wind generator means automatically the voltage will start to rise. But it is keep on okay, always we cannot get constant voltage. It is always moving up and down. That's why we can use the battery backup. You can see here the voltages keep on rising after increasing the wind speed. So here from the power analyzer, we can get the how much power it is supplying like that. Okay, how much power we are receiving from the wind generator like that. We can get the export power, import power, all the data here. If we connect with the grid, we can get all the things. Here we have also the options for connecting with the grid.
So we can get all the things, how much power is importing, how much power is exporting, what is the voltage value, how much watts we are importing, like that we can get all the data. What is the power factor in 3 lines, and how much hour it is running, the wind generator is running, okay, how much, okay, sometimes it is running but doesn't give the power. Get all the data. Okay, I will share the PPT. Okay, the readings, all the readings on the PPT, you can refer it. Okay, this is how to conduct the experiment here. Okay, this is you can see here that is how much power it is generating now. That is what is and how much voltage. Okay, this is how and is how much voltage and current. Okay, here you can able to get the data by solar panel. We are connecting the resistance, and then we can we can get the voltage and current value. Here, input side we can by using the interface, we are able to control it. So through that we can able to get the power, current, and voltage for different wind speed. Okay, from that we can able to draw the graph and get the data. Okay, this is the setup for wind generator, and also we have the 100-watt solar panel. 100-watt solar panel. We have been able to create the artificial sunlight here. Okay, sometimes we don't have any sunlight, means we are not able to conduct the experiment. Okay, we have the artificial solar panel also be here. By using the lamp, we can able to create the sunlight. Okay, here we have 100 watts solar panel. Okay, so if sometimes, okay, during winter season we also conduct the experiment also here also. Okay, by just by controlling the sunlight, okay, that is by controlling the radiation that is received from the lamp, we can able to measure the different voltage and the current value. So this is the options also we have in our lab. So this is the thing. Okay, this is the things we have it. Okay, we have the 100-watt solar panel, and also we have the 200 watts permanent magnet synchronous wind generator, and also we can able to hybrid these things, two things, and also we can able to control both the inputs. Okay, if I give sunlight input to the solar panel, means I can able to control it by using single phase transformer. Even I can able to control the wind speed to the wind generator. So both the things I can able to control it. I can take different readings. Okay, depends upon our requirement. So this lab is completely set up for. So we have all the facilities to conduct the experiments. Okay, five. We can see the solar PV emulator. Here we have the solar PV emulator software. Okay, by using the solar PV emulator software, we can able to generate the voltage and current value that is comes from the solar panel. Okay, through we have the software, LabVIEW software. Okay, from the LabVIEW software. Okay, we have already, that is we can connect the USB here. Okay, we have the software also. That is a PV emulator, virtual software. That is virtual solar panel, and I can able to control. Okay, I can able to set the voltage and current. What I require. Okay, if I already designed the panel, if we don't have any panel, okay, we don't have any panel means automatically by using this software and also by using this emulator tool, I can able to generate the what is the voltage and the current value. I can get it to conduct the different experiment. You can able to design the maximum power point tracking, or you can design any concept. This is how we can. This is the way. For example, here I can say this is I can switch on the PV emulator. Just I'm seeing how to vary. If I can vary the radiation, how the current will increase. I can just show here because I told that in PV panel, the current that comes from the panel it is depends upon the solar radiation. Here I can able to create this by using the software. You can see here I can fix the voltage will be 20 volts. Okay, 20 volts means just I can execute. Okay, before I can give the communications port. Okay, I give the common 7 communication port. This channel is 1. Can give. Okay, I can give and I can execute it now. Okay, here there is from the channel 1. I already told that I give from the channel 1. I give the output here, so I can take the output from the channel 1. So from the channel 1, you can get all the things. Here you can check here the voltage. Okay, here through the software I can give 20 volts. Okay, here I can receive the 20 volts. Okay, from the output you can take it and you can use for a load purpose. Okay, from here, okay, instead of I'm using solar panel, I'm using simple software, that is solar PV emulator software. By using LabVIEW, okay, I can able to generate the voltage and the current virtually because here the input I can connect the okay, here I can do the power supply. Okay, depends upon the software. Okay, depends upon the control I given the software, it will give the output voltage and the current. Okay, we already if we design the solar panel and then you know what the voltage and current you can need means you can able to control it. For example,
Rahul sir, your voice is very low, sir. I think your voice is very low, sir.
I can fix the voltage here. But control the sunlight. Okay, I can vary the sunlight. Okay, I can vary 400 radiations. 400 radiations. That is 400 radiation. 1000 maximum can use 1000. So I can use because 1000 is the standard one. Okay, this is a maximum sunlight we can receive. So I can use 400 meters. I can go and again.
Balaji sir, Dinesh sir, can you hear me?
Okay, this software.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Rahul sir, voice is very low, sir.
Sir, voice ரொம்ப லோவா இருக்குங்க. மைக் பக்கத்துல வச்சு பேசுங்க.
Okay, this it is software. It is used for controlling the output from the solar panel. It is a virtual solar panel. That is PV emulator. That is a virtual solar panel. By using LabVIEW software, I can indirectly I'm controlling it. Okay, here I'm giving 20 volts, but solar radiation I'm giving 400 radiation watts per meter square. I can get the current will be 1.31 ampere. Okay, I need to connect this output to the ammeter. Then only it will source 1.31 amps. Okay, I'm not connected here, but I can connect the voltage here. Okay, here the voltage we can receive 20 volts. So this way also we can use this emulator for research purpose also, or studying purpose or research purpose. I can use this emulator also. This is the experimental setups we have in our lab. So we have the 1 kilowatt solar PV panel training system and 200 watts micro wind generator module, and then again we have the 100 watt solar panel, and then we have the PV emulator software. Okay. Okay, I'm completing this lab section.
Thank you, Rahul sir, for the demonstration. I think it is very difficult to share the live video demonstration, but you tried your best and you have shared, sir. So now I invite HOD sir for the closing remarks.
So good evening. Good evening, Rajshekhar.
Good evening, sir.
I really thank our team, Rahul and Balaji, Dinesh. They have done a very good work and a very good demonstration, because demonstrating that laboratory classes in a virtual mode is really a challenging task for our faculty, because this is a new era we are going to live in. So we have done a very good job, and excellently are demonstrated that. Dear participants, this is it is a elementary experiments. So from this experiment, you have to understand that how the data can be stored in a volume. Okay, so it has a power analyzer. The power analyzer having a ability to record the all kind of data. Right? So from the power analyzer, we have a separate data acquisition system is there. From that, we can extract the data from the power analyzer and store in the computer for further analysis purpose. So this way, we need to measure that many data, because we have only 1 kilowatt solar generator solar power, so that we can have only limited data. But if you go for that in terms of megawatt power generation, it's a huge volume of data can be stored. Right. So this way you have to collect the data from experiments. I hope that you understand that basic elementary experiments. And also thanks to participants for patiently listening that experiments also. So surely the next session we will be the improvised version of laboratory classes will be there. I really thank Rajshekhar and also the coordinating team for coordinating this session. Once again, I thank everyone for participating in this session. It's over to Rajshekhar.
Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you, participants, for joining today's session. So for the tomorrow's plan, session 1 will be handled by Dr. Anand, Assistant Professor, Department of EEE, Amrita School of Engineering, Bangalore, Karnataka, in the topic of blockchain beyond the hype, real use cases. And session 2 will be handled by Dr. Balamurugan Baluswamy, Professor, Department of Computer Science Engineering, Galcotius University, I think so, Noida, Uttar Pradesh, and the topic will be Big Data Analytics in Smart Grid. And the session 3 will be handled by Dr. T. Venkatesan, Professor, Department of Electrical Electronics Engineering, K.S. Rangaswamy College of Technology, Tiruchenkodu, Tamil Nadu. The topic of Introduction to Smart Grid Technology. So thank you for joining. If you have completed the feedback, you can start leaving the WebEx meeting.